Yes, and it looks like we're actually going to get into the game now. And yeah, so pistol round underway. It looks like UCD are going to start off on that T side and SETU on the CT side. No, actually, we're still going knife. I've never been baited that hard.
Yeah, usually we do our, our gentleman's agreement because of the way challenger mode goes through
There's
all this.
Yeah, there's been a couple teams not doing that recently, hasn't there? There's been one or two trying not to do it at least. Um,
I
we're
think this
past.
works out anyways. I believe
Yeah,
UCD would have gotten the pick because SETU picked the map.
yeah, that's
Uh,
what I was taking a quick scroll there to make sure that we didn't have to start calling teams out for sort of breaking that agreement.
yeah, I think it happened last week where we had to get it restarted. I think it is just an easy thing to forget when you're not used to it.
Yeah, no, 100%. All that pugging,
Like your
running away.
facets.
Yeah, but it looks like we're good to go here. Yes, okay. So pistol round underway. Joel has decided not to buy anything. He's going to be saving up for long term. And Andy has received the right click to the back. So you see very hamstrung already in this round.
Yeah, and we are going to see Joel instantly taken out by Flip. So the A side of the map already blown wide open. Goldilocks had to knife his teammate and then run back. So it's a very much eventful for this CT side right now, as they're actually going to go back a bit. I don't think they've heard much noise from those Ts, so not going to go too heavy on the rotate. But I think once you get a little bit going, they are. But the bait and switch actually might not work out if they are able to get a few more kills, able to hold down the site Ulka right now by the barrels. But it is just a complete back and forth from this T side trying to figure out where they want to go because they are not fully sure where the CTs have decided to play.
Ooh, a little bit nervous there from Jack. We'll take one down. And actually, UCD still staying ahead despite the right click at the very start of the round. Goldilocks and Jacks will clean things up. A good pistol round there from UCD. Just to give people a quick update elsewhere, though, MTU don't actually have enough players to play it tonight. So that is the MTU Shroomers with very little chance of getting through. And that actually helps out. So two teams will be getting a bye this or tonight, and that will push two of them into the fourth spot. So the potential for at least one or two teams to get up to maybe 5 wins overall has just skyrocketed so far.
Yeah, no, that really changes up the dynamic. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how it lines up, given we have the odd number. So the buy is going to have to be going to someone on the bracket. Here now that we see it has been a few pistols bought that have led to really nothing. A lot of SMG kills coming the way of UCD as they're just going to fall here on the SETU side. Actually getting one on the board. Andy does get headshotted by that P250, but I don't think anything else should come out of it, as he's just going to try to stay alive as long as possible, because maybe you can catch something, and he does get a second. The swing is so quick that Goldilocks cannot react. It's making you kind of think that something might happen here, but I think that's a little bit too much hope to put into this single P250 and MP9 on Badoosh.
To be fair, if he can find one, Ulka towards long is a little bit tagged up, so he has to maybe stop trying to go for this middle fight now. We'll get caught out midair. I was about to say, if he gets killed, the amount of kill bonus he would have got would have helped out tremendously there. But that damage, nonetheless, is quite good. You don't take any of the rifles out of play necessarily, but you're forcing two buy-ups. You can see two of the players there on $0. Joel a little bit low as well, but the Seaside will get AKs of their own out and a Krieg out on Charlie kicking.
Yeah, echoing us back to the Krieg meta, but maybe you never know. They could really get something going. The scope giving you a little bit more precision. But yeah, these rifles need to do complete work if they want to do anything because of that economic damage last round. If UCD do lose this, the 1400 loss bonus means that most of those players are not going to be in a position to purchase. So it is a good chance this round for SETU to reset the economy of the CTs now. They are spreading it out through A, but zero control has been garnered B by either the CTs or the Ts here. They're just going to fully rotate, try to get this 5v5 out of the way, but nades are not on the side of SETU. They use a smoke, but it doesn't garner that much. They're getting some trades, though. Right now, the CTs have the advantage in one man. Charlie Kicking with his Krieg is going to try to make his way out. The bank player is going to elude him momentarily, but he might be able to get something here. Jack not able to finish it off, but the two low T's do not... I don't feel very confident in them. Sprays. They do get the plant eventually and deal a little bit of damage, but still the UCD Leviathans keep their streak going and they bring on 3 for themselves.
Yeah, no, that's the most important bit. The damage will continue to compound here. Joel and Ulka will be able to drop over. Jack will buy himself up, so I'll probably see most of the players down quite low. But as I said, oh, the op actually coming out, being dropped over to Goldilocks. That is quite a big investment, actually, if you take a look at Ulka is just sub 2,000. Joel is sitting quite comfortably. But another buy for the T side here. They are going to go towards B quite early, try to establish monster control. The aggression coming out from UCD, though, in response. They did do this last round. It allowed them to sort of play with one player towards A for a bit, which I think helped out rotation-wise. Jack will spot out one of the T's. Thinks better of continuing the aggression. Backs off. Smoke will be dropped. And no one towards A right now for the T side, so very much all in here.
Yeah, that seems to be what they've been going for, more or less, in terms of their pushes so far. Just really try to take control of the site you're going for. And it hasn't, obviously, gotten them anywhere, sadly. Joel is going to get that first kill. Jack with another, so the 2 points of Avenue already getting taken out here. And they have no control A, as Goldilocks is able to still hold very deep, but Elemental gets the first kill. Very strong there. Andy is in a prime position to get the refrag, and he does. The op is able to be brought back into the hands, and still with this 2-man advantage here. As they are going to pull back, it is going to require them to play a little bit more safety on the sites. But the T's with very little nades, very little chance. And they just need to find something here, especially with 20 seconds left. They need to go faster, need to get a pick if they want to get this round going.
Yeah, I think they need to get this kill instantly. They don't hit it, and I think they should be maybe think about backing off here. Rain will get one. Smoke does go down, allowing the bomb plant potentially. Yeah, they will manage to get it. Andy now will get in a position fast enough. The smoke will obscure his vision, but not enough. As Rayan will fall, the bomb is being defused. Not enough time for the T to try to get an angle on them. 4-0 for UCD, and it just doesn't seem committed here from the T side. You know, you have so many players towards B, and what do? You send one player sort of walk out monster, now 2 players who do try to get the refrag and short, but with the amount of support material and support players there, you definitely could have went more for a hit as opposed to trying to find some picks.
Yeah, and I think there's another backstab this time for the T side. Rian is down to 39 a few seconds into the round, so not looking great there to start it off, especially with how the rounds have been going. So that's another little bit of damage dealt. Goldilocks is going to get the kill this time off of the peak in Bathroom's Elemental. Going to slowly walk his way out, but it's a big risk with that op in a known quantity on the A side. Is going to swing out, try to get something. Rian, though, is going to get taken out, and it's a wall bang, so you could say that knife has actually had a huge impact on this, because maybe he wouldn't have been taken out if that was not the case. They are trying to keep control here, trying to get the bomb into position to get the plant. Because right now it's just trying to fire the bullets in the right places, checking them out. Joel does get taken out. They're in a 2v2. Checking the flank, is able to get Jack, so they are playing patient and just force the hand of the CTs. And it should be a safe enough plant here now if they are to go for it. But it seems that they don't really feel like planting the bomb at all.
No, that was a really good round though, because the moment you go to plant the bomb, you turn it from a 2v1 into a 1v1. So I quite like that. Not feeling pressured to really make any
Yeah,
decisions, and especially allowing Elemental to catch the flank. I think was the turning point in the round, really.
yeah, that was definitely a good idea because it worked out. That's the main thing for them. They, just completely getting destroyed in terms of my what I was thinking. This is why I don't want Fleming to be the the caster. I
It's
wish
a
he'd agree.
collaborative effort.
No, no, no. I obviously great time, but SETU starting off. I think I'm just gonna pretend I didn't say that. But 4 versus 2 now. It's just fallen apart quickly for the SETU side. And 1v3 now. Flip was able to get the first one, so does bring it down. Fails the flash, so that is not a great start to peeking out here. Nade chips him down hugely, and it just seems like the answers are always in UCD's hands. SETU trying to get something going. Flip trying to go push through short, but his time is limited, and Monster is also being pushed. The Molly spreads wide and pulls him down as it brings UCD their 5th round of the half already. Really just showing a dominant side. They are taking a lot of damage economically because even then they won 4 in a row previously and then lost one. It left them with very little money, so they aren't sitting at a very high amount economically. So it is a very thin rope that they need to break in order to, get a little bit more momentum. So if SETU can win another round, if they can force them back economically, it could be a really good pivot point to get a stronger T-side half.
Yeah, the money definitely not reflecting the amount of rounds that they've won. Although the aggression coming in from the CT side have put it back to 4 apiece. Goldilocks tempted to go for it. Will try. Charlie kick and slaps him straight back down the stairs. But this does mean that the T's are boxed in towards B. The fast rotations have already made their way up. Joe will find Elemental. Ultra lurking forward. Does spot out the barrel. Will take down the T. Charlie kicking in the backside will take down Jack 2v2 currently. Charlie kicking on 12 points of health though. It is planted for them. The CT's getting aggressive. There is a smoke on Ultra's hands. All on the flip. Gets dropped. And a 6th here for UCD. But as you pointed out, again, back down to 2 players. They don't care because they're winning the rounds, but it does give SETU an avenue that no matter how sort of one-sided the rounds look, they do always have probably 1 or 2 in the back pocket just based off a single round win.
Yeah, it means they can buy up a lot, especially, they're able to get a lot of kills. They're seemingly getting a lot of plants. So it is a little bit of pressure on the UCD side, but the pressure doesn't really mean anything if the rounds don't come behind it, because the later we go into it, the less rounds that it could garner, because right now there's only 5 left for them to go. So UCD, you start worrying less and less about the future economic consequences, because they don't matter as you get more of these rounds. I'd imagine they're already very happy, getting 6 quick rounds because they have such a good chance to reign supreme in this half. But SETU having a little stronger of a start, able to get a really good early pick. Goldilocks is going to get one back, but the timing doesn't favor Andy. As the moment he peeks back from the bathrooms, he doesn't get it. Jack looked like he caught Charlie kicking a little bit off guard, but it is not the case, and they are able to get this B side, but there was someone flanking. So Goldilocks, he is going to make a lot of steps, though. He runs for too long, and just gets heard by Charlie kicking, so the turn comes straight away. And knife out especially, it's when you know they have the B side, that is a little bit too close to be sprinting through the pipe.
Yeah, it's a bit presumptuous there, and that you've caught everyone off guard, but it's going to be all on Joel to try to hold on this up. Oh, he unscopes at the wrong time, drops the smoke, will make it around that for safety. But if you look at the money situation here, currently for the side of UCD, oh, it's going to be very rough. He's just missed out the time, and there will hit the shot on the Elemental. Should survive with this. But nobody else is really going to be able to buy around them. So you might see Goldilocks drop a couple pistols over. But ultimately, I mean, it's come a little bit sooner than we were potentially predicting, but SETU have broken the bank of UCD.
Yeah, able to get it off of just 2 round wins, force it, and it is going to be a force out of UCD as well. It's not going to just be pistols with the hero op. It's going to be fully investing Goldilocks, able to back it up with an A1S. So a lot of power here if they're willing to go for it. As well as that, the 2 rifles are actually sticking around here on A. The op on long and that rifle in the con position, but the rifle falls short instantly. He has a few teammates that could hopefully refrag here. Jack does get one, a second one with a dink. Sticking around, not taking very much damage, as well as just swinging with an MP9, is not able to convert a kill, but lots of info obtained and lots of damage dealt. Ulka here could do a lot, able to get one to start, and is able to cross back as well. 50 HP, but still alive, and it's a 3v3, so there is still chances here. But the longer this goes, the rifles seem to get more and more, but the low HP player comes and dies here. Jack getting the assist off that huge damage dealt, and that op not able to get that shot. It looked close by Joel. Charlie Kicking, though, with the precision, is able to take out both the player near CT and the heaven shot. So they're getting themselves up a few rounds here, making this half a little bit closer. And once again, UCD forced. So now they'll have literally nothing. They don't even have an op to force off the back of.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty good attempt, though, from the CT side. I might have just wanted a little bit more aggression. Is typically how you make up for your disadvantage weaponry-wise. But SETU should be in here for a fourth. Yeah, Charlie Kicking, finding 2 towards B short. Pretty much solidifies that. As I said, fourth for SETU. They'll be pretty happy, especially given with how the match started off. They might even try to tie things up for the half, and I think that's more than a good T side.
Yeah, and the UCD team, they have enough money for this round, but if they lose it, or if they lose a lot of men here, they could just be forced down to very little on the last round if they're not careful here. So this could be the last buy round for them. So SETU, they're really getting themselves in a position where you're very happy, especially because this, especially in CSGO, was considered such a CT-sided map for the most part. And now they're changing it up very much. They're actually committing very hard to this B push, able to get one. Does get traded out, but they have a good position here. Ulka not able to get anything as well. Rian with another one on the board. So 4 versus 2 already. They're putting a position here where the UCD players might need to save if they aren't able to get a pick early or any damage dealt.
Yeah, I'd be really interested to know who SETU's in-game leader is, because that call, that change of pace, has completely caught UCD off guard. And a very important round too. This round is pretty much the difference between SETU tying things up in the first half, or letting UCD sort of close it out with an advantage. And yeah, completely caught the CT side off guard. Goldilocks will try to hold onto this rifle. Very aggressive positioning. Will take down Flip, though. He's going to look for the second fight, because now they know where he is. He almost whiffs the spray. Charlie Kicking gets dropped by the bomb plant. And, I mean, it's not going to matter too much because it is the last round of the half. But a nice little bit of damage at the end for the stats.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't affect the SETU guys too much to lose those. They are still able to fully buy, get everything they want invested. But those couple of kills, they are a couple of nades as well coming into this round, especially because it's all drops going on. So maybe, you know, a HE, a flash, a smoke could have been added on top. So maybe we'll see them doing a bit more because they are down to the wire economically for this last round. So maybe those a couple of kills are going to make a bigger difference than you kind of expect, given that they were just simple exits of him trying to save. Charlie Kicking brought really low there. I think that was a deep nade from the looks of it, or just spam. And he's going to be really difficult to actually engage in this round, because it feels like he's been the one that's been opening up each of their halves. But Elemental takes that job under his own belt, able to take 2 there, taking so much pressure onto the UCT side, making A such a question mark, as they are going to split it up, going to go through con, and are going to reset over towards this B. The Molly is going to give so much time, though, to the CTs. The rotates are going to come in, and Ulka will have his teammates in a much better position to fight against these Ts and not give them this even half, which they've been going for so long. Huge damage dealt for each of the SETU players. They're all just tagged down that little bit, and that is paying now for the SETU side. They have to take these fights together, have to play for the trades, but they haven't been able to keep themselves alive.
Oh no.
So many of them falling, and it's just the captain flip on to this. Catches the head, sees it, but he's not able to get it. Jack finds the final kill, has the kit in hand, loads of time for him. And they finished out 7-5, but this was 6-1. This was really a situation where it seemed like SETU should be falling a lot deeper than they did. So really good from SETU, and at the very least, UCD have a little bit of recovery at the end.
Yeah, that was just really, really well played there by UCD. But as always, you don't get those kind of rounds if SETU don't make mistakes, and no real reason to keep fighting in that round, and that's what's resulted in, I think it was a 5v3 being turned on its head.
Yeah, no, they had a complete amount of their players. Jack able to catch them off. Douche going for the nade. Charlie kicking as well. Brought down. These pistols from the UCD players are doing so much work. But bouncing back, SETU are going to stick it. Flip is going for this. Sticking around for the flank. Is able to get one for himself. Just elemental now. But now they know where the last player is, so they can pull back if they have the bomb. Does get one, but Goldilocks wins out that 1v1 with the pistols. UCD start off strong in the second half and try to replicate how they did in the beginning of their CT side.
Yeah, and I just want to pay attention. Goldilocks on 16 kills. Comfortably the highest in the server. Next, you would have Charlie Kicking and Elemental from SETU. So a very good solo performance here, and it looks like UCD are going to try switching things up. They have bought primarily SMGs here. They've ran into a little bit of a stack. SETU have managed to get one, looking for a second. I was about to say shouldn't get anything, but actually will. 2 kills so far in this round with so little investment from CTs. It is pretty good. The amount of rebuys that they're going to need, that they're forcing out, from the side of SETU. I think they can be happy with that.
Yeah, and it's still not over either. Like, these pistols, they can deal a bit of damage. 2 very low players on the side of UCD. Because the longer they make this stick, the more they'll have to run away from the huge bomb explosion as well. Charlie Kicking just going to try to garner anything here. Going to spam, not able to finish it off. I don't think the bomb should explode either, just based off the time. But still, 3 kills with basically just deagles expended feels like a very good value trade for them.
Oh yeah, a huge win for the CT side, and that's been reflected in the fact that they're calling a timeout so far. A really early timeout into this half, by the way. But if you look at the T side, that's all their money spent, bar Jack with 2,400. So despite not winning the round and just being on pistols, they've definitely set themselves up and put themselves in quite a similar situation that we saw on their T side, where, remember, we were constantly saying, yeah, they're getting the damage in, but no rounds yet, and that ended up netting them 5 in the end. So this could be a very similar story.
Yeah, definitely, and it feels like this round is going to be very much pivotal, because if the UCD side do win it, SETU, they're going to be forced onto probably an eco, and then they're already up to 11, and even just as the half starts. So SETU really in just a strong pivot point that could either bring them so close to the UCD side or just throw this map a little bit more difficult onto them. It does look like they are going to focus towards A now, the T's, as we are going to see a huge bit of nade damage dealt onto Joel. Charlie Kicking going to hold this long position, while Rian is going to be more honed towards the fountain mid. And they are able to get 2 as well. Spamming through the smoke for the second, really well played. and able to pull back without too much issue. Charlie kicking ready for the con player, and it looks like right now it is just going to be complete massacre for SETU, as they don't even lose a player. They get a clean round and just completely reduce UCD's economy to practically nothing, as maybe they can buy up a few pistols off of Jax, and Goldilocks is slightly higher money. Oh, definitely. We have seen absolute just destruction. We saw SETU already get 3 kills with just the pistols, and having, you know, a couple of rifles in hand, able to get this. Goldilocks able to bring 1 with just the Galil. Charlie kicking, though, is going to go aggressive for the refrag. So going to get themselves a nice bit of damage, especially if that rifle isn't going to be recovered, but it's in the con position, so it should be completely open to pick up if Charlie kicking isn't watching it. Able to play it a little bit back. Charlie is a lot more pushed up than you maybe expect, but it's okay if he's able to hit these shots. Sticking around, going through long, and just making it so the T's are not able to have a safe departure to the site. Just Jack now, the one with the AK, the only full rifle. And he's not able to get the kill. Charlie kicking is able to hunker down, get a 4K for himself on the A side. Completely trounce that force buy. And now UCD, they're onto a full eco, a couple of pistols in their hands. But SETU, they should be able to get up to an 8 and bring the round differential down to just 1 here. It was looking so strong for UCD at both the start of the T and CT side, but SETU are showing really strong ability once they do have the buys out and once they are able to stabilize a little bit in terms of economy.
Yeah, we should definitely see something slightly better from UCD as we progress. But right now, just trying to snowball something so far. They're gonna mass spray. Famously unreliable, doesn't pick up any but elemental and flip. Sorry, picks up 1. The elemental flip, clean up the rest. It is just gonna be Joel now, all on his lonesome, Glock in hand. An elemental takes him down. SETU with a pretty clean round, and now building up quite a bank, which is probably the first time we've been able to say it for either side here.
Yeah, able to build up a very nice bank as well. And UCD still having financial difficulty, but able to scrape together enough of these rifles. So this is such an important round for them to try to garner something. Is going to be a very A-heavy lean, it seems, as they're going to make their way up through long. This is actually a really good timing they could get if Charlie Kickin doesn't check it. And the moment he peeks away is the moment that they start really pushing it. He is able to get 1. He has been an absolute beast here in the toilets, but he's just good for that singular kill onto Andy. Rian is going to hold his ground, is going to just stick where he is and play such an inconvenience to them. Able to get the 1, but should fall very quickly. 3 versus 3 now. They do have still a good bit of nades that they could push somewhere, but no smoke means that they're going to go very dry and have to focus on these nades and mollies. Going to make their way down con, slowly push it through, but the noise is going to be heard. That molly from the CT side, Badouche is able to slow them down a tiny bit, but still able to completely just decimate with that Peaks. Joel able to get that one. Flip as well is going to get another bit. 2 versus 2. The plant is down, and Joel, I think that should have been heard, that drop. So he puts himself into such a precarious spot. Jack is going to take out Flip, but his position is known now, but he's not going to be taken out as Elemental falls. And UCD keep their lead, reach double digits, and give themselves a fighting chance to take this game.
Yeah, and this is pretty much them. if they can try to get this round as well, it will force many of the players on SETU onto a very dodgy buy here. So just it's as often as it does in Counter-Strike, it comes down to a couple of key rounds, and they usually revolve around economic states for either team. The CT side famously expensive as well, but Charlie Kicking is able to get the op out into this round. Not currently finding anything with it. He is just kind of patrolling towards that long position. The T's not really making inroads so far. They are about to try to take a fight here on the mid position. Rion will take down Goldilocks. Joel swings out, finds the trade onto him. The op does tag up Andy, but he's not going to be able to get away. Joel chasing down Charlie Kicking. Now the rotation will come up. Elemental towards the trunk position. Drops one on the Jax. Doubles up on the Andy. Eventually will get traded out by the Mac 10. And UCD will actually come ahead in the numbers game.
Yeah, able to get those kills back. Joel is still low, so this is a good situation. And he's able to take out the planter, and the Mac 10 just can't deal enough damage. He sprays them out, but he can't get it. Badouche gets the defuse, gets the round. And he's looking to save the op as well. But he's not able to get that. Still, money in the bank for SETU. That economic reserve paying dividends now, as they are going to force up, buy up everything. They might go up for the op again if they want to go for the drop of it. But it seems not as they go for this. There is a little bit of miscommunication, I think, around that buy. There is a drop. So they do get it going. And now the T's are once again onto an unfavorable buy as they try to get something here. It looks like A once again is on their mind, but no one is biting currently on the CT side as they make their way. They've controlled parity, and they get the con player. A huge bit of the map taken now. That map control loss just means they have so much more flexibility to play around. Charlie Kicking as well is going to take a shot, but that's it as he takes out Jack and gives himself a chance to mitigate any more damage that these T's can deal.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do with that lone rifle. Currently still playing very spread out for the fact that they are on an eco. Usually you would like to see the numbers game used a little bit better. They are slowly going to make their way over to the B-bomb site though, Joel. Looking for contact out from Monster. Is going to do a bit of damage. Will get taken down though. And it looks like the bomb is going to make its way towards A eventually. Charlie Kicking still towards the long position. Is going to look for a fight here. Does manage to take down Ultra. Two players now trying to run up through mid, but Flip already rotated in. Goldilocks will drop, and he does manage to take him down after that first kill, but it will be cleaned up, and it is now 10-10, but the T's, most importantly, will be able to get a buyout now.
Yeah, for the first time in this game, SETU even up the rounds 10-10, bringing us to the tail end of the half now. Full guns, full nades coming out for UCD. So this is the best opportunity they've had in a while to get something going here. Charlie spamming through the smoke is able to deal damage and eventually hits the head. Goldilocks gets killed by the fountain and already a man disadvantage for UCD. They do have a nice push up here on the long position though, so they could catch off Charlie if he goes a little bit too aggressive. Does get seen, but stays alive, importantly, as he's going to do it. Rian comes for the backup, and it's absolutely crucial. He gets one, doesn't get the second, but enough damage that Charlie just needs to put a single bullet in, and it ends that. 4 versus 2 now, a really strong man advantage. Badouche, though, has to run away from the flames as Elemental going to kill the player in short. Really good just playing off each other, trying to separate as many T's, and he's going to finish it off as well. Wins out the spray against Ulka. And SETU showing a different side of themselves now on the CT side, getting the momentum from the start, it feels like. 11 rounds, UCD have to go for something here, or they have to give up match point. Either way, it's going to be a difficult affair for them to deal with.
Yeah. Okay, good. I was about to say, really odd decision there initially from Joel to buy up the MP7, but does decide to sell it. Goldilocks will take down Rain. A lot of damage sustained though in the process. Won't really mind because he's gotten the kill. The flashbang will push back Charlie Kickin. AK recovered as well for Andy. Charlie Kickin's really going to need to put up some numbers here to try to survive this onslaught. If UCD can somehow manage to take this, it will be 11-11. But quite a long way to go for that, as Charlie Kickin will take down Goldilocks. Andy gets the trade, but Elemental pretty much caught out here in no man's land. Does manage to find the first. Will try to right click the smoke, but not before he is taken down. Andy takes down Elemental, but will get dropped, and it's all on to Jack now. They have a rough idea of where he is. That Nade will chip away at him a little bit, but slowly making his way down from the long position. And it looks like both of them are extremely ready for that. Flip will take down Jack. And as you said, SETU will get to match point now. But a buy will be coming in from UCD. And the Mag 7 bot... is it actually going to be dropped across?
See, for a moment, it doesn't seem that it is. It's an op a little bit bigger of a shotgun than the Mag 7, I think. But it could do a lot. Elemental actually going really aggressive here. We've seen Charlie Kickin play along a good bit here, but completely falls short with that spray. Bringing them already to a man down. Flip, though, brings it back on the monster position. Takes a lot of damage for his prize. Still, though, he's able to get it. And Rian, it looked like he should have been caught off there, but he even gets a second. Joel isn't able to get the refrag straight away, and it just means that they're already down a man here on what could be the last round of the half here. SETU really wanted to make their claim to getting a good seeding here and confirm themselves, but Charlie Kickin is taken out. The sole A defender brought down. Goldilocks is going to go aggressive as well. That Molly going to slow up the CTs so much. I don't know if they're expecting a full push into bank here. Unless he makes a sound, it shouldn't be fully expected, but the longer it takes for them to plant the bomb, the more likely it is they will expect it. But here the timing is on his side. Flip gonna try to stop that plant. Doesn't fully stop it and is actually not able to kill either. So Goldilocks, absolute champion of the round there at the end. Able to gift them those last couple of kills and get them up to 11. Our last round of regulation now. And it's going to have to be a little bit of throwing guns around for SETU as they have to figure out exactly what they can do with the money they have left.
Yeah, I was very worried for a second there. Trying to call that rotation all the way from B, despite both CTs being there. But Goldilocks, really, really good aggression. Just holds them off long enough. And that will result in a lifeline here for UCD. 2 FAMASs out for the CT side. Not really that big of a deal. What is more telling is the distinct lack of utility in a minute 28, with Charlie Kickin having the only Molotov and no smokes for the CT. So pretty much tactical freedom here for the T side. Looks like they're just going to be slowly making their way in towards mid though. Mid and party more specifically. 2 players still towards B, so they do have the potential to end up anywhere towards the end of this round. But just at the moment, don't seem to have a particular side in mind.
No, really just very default heavy here, trying to take some control here. And they are actually being given a lot of it. Able to take complete control of the short water position and actually redirecting even the A forces over to there. So it looks like B is going to be the final goal. But they're really just staying so still on this defense. All 3 B players just trying to stick around, stay back and watch it. It is going to matter about who gets first contact and where they get the kills. Elemental is able to get 2 before being taken out. And Badouche is able to get 1 as well, but the trades come in. 2 versus 2 now. Rian and Charlie Kickin, the 2 A players, but Charlie has had an absolutely astounding game already, having 29 kills. So if anyone wants to bring them over the line, it is him, as he gets the first kill onto Jack and the second falls to Rian. They try to single out the 1v1s separately and it just doesn't go their way. Instead of playing together and playing for a trade maybe, they just completely fall apart. Rian is going to defuse it and we do get thrown out of the game, but I think I can imagine exactly how that ends, as SETU get up to 13 and get themselves onto their 5th win. Whereas UCD, they're going to be still on that 5th win, and a little bit more questions about how they're going to do going forward for the top 8.